Hey, what's going on, guys? Fresh out of the shower, and Canon's Superior Grade Shaving Cream. This is a sample that LP sent. So what we'll do, you can see this is one of the samples that's like, yeah, it's a cream, no doubt. So I'm gonna use my Maggard brush, super high density Badger, to lather. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pull the cream that's actually like in the top here. And honestly, this is probably enough. With most creams like this, like that's a lot of cream. I'm gonna put a little bit more, and I'm probably way overdoing it. I'll make way too much lather, but you know, first time using the soap, I want to get a good gauge on, you know, how much water it can handle and how much soap I actually need. And this will allow me to do that. So we have several days worth of growth. And because of that, I will be using something else that LP sent, and that is this base plate. So you can see, well, if I flip it over, right, it says R6 right there. So this is the 6 base plate. It's the most aggressive base plate. On the flip side of this is 5. So this is the Rockwell 2C. 2C and the 6CS, whatever. Those are all interchangeable base plates. The 2C comes with 1 and 3. That's what I've always used. Typically the 3, because the 1 really does nothing for me. I think that's the general consensus as well. People that have the 1 base plate, don't use it because it does nothing. And then he sent the 2-4. So this is base plate R2 and R4. And then, like I said, this one's 5 and 6. So we'll be using 6 for the first pass. I may flip it around and do 5 for the second and subsequent passes. But for the razor, something also sent, is Perma-Sharp. So this is a Perma-Sharp blade. There's 4 left in there. This is a pack of 5. So that's what we'll use. First time using a Perma-Sharp. He actually sent Perma-Sharp. He sent Sharks and Rockwell's. Razors, blades I'm talking about. All right, lots of glue on these blades, but doesn't necessarily hinder the shave. It just hinders, well, it doesn't really hinder anything. It's just annoying. So the blade says it's blank on one side. On the other side, it says Perma-Sharp stainless. Says that on both of the. I don't know if that's going to pick it up or not, but Perma-Sharp stainless. So let's get that loaded. We'll put that in the top cap. With these, it's the base plate. It's the side that's facing you is what number you're using. So we'll make sure that the R6 is facing us. And we'll just screw that down. We'll make sure the blade gap on each side is good. It is. And that the exposure is the same. And that's a lot of exposure compared to the 6, or compared to the 3. All right, so we've had that kind of drying a little bit. So we'll take our Maggard here and start working it. The aftershave for today will also be, it's kind of like a matching. It'll also be from LP and Canon's aftershave balm. Ice cold is, I guess, this specific one. I could tell you, I've used this the past couple of days, just on my face after a shower. Excellent, absolutely wonderful. If you like a menthol scent, the scent isn't all menthol. It actually smells pretty good. It's not just menthol. But if you like a nice cold balm, this is it for sure. So this cream so far is pretty airy. Hopefully it changes. Again, I added what I thought was a lot of soap. What I'm going to do, because you can see it's already dissipating and it's very airy. So I'm going to take that much more. I'm going to put it in the brush itself And we'll see if we can whip up some thicker lather, because I'm not going to shave with a very airy cream. It's possible that I've added too much water initially, which wasn't a lot. It was just, I wrung out the brush. It was just what was in the remainder of the brush. This is a pleasant scent, not very strong. Yeah, it's way too foamy. Way too foamy. I mean, it's not thick and dense at all. It's just air. Can you see all the bubbles? This is why I like to try creams, or try any soap, any new soap to me before I shave, just to avoid this, but it is what it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse this off. I'm going to clean my brush out like I'm doing now. I'm going to wring all of the water out of the brush, making sure there's absolutely no reserves. So that's the brush kind of wrung out. I'm going to rinse off the face real quick. Now, it's pretty slick, you know, just feeling. It's pretty slick, but it doesn't provide any cushion when it's super airy like that. And I've tried several different soaps / creams like that, and it just never provides a good shave. So I'm trying to have a good shave. Typically, when you have more growth, you have a nicer shave. So I could probably get away with it right now, and I'm just taking the rest of the cream out of the cap here. But I want to not only have a good shave, I want to have a great shave. So we're just going to stick our finger right in here. We're going to grab a glob and do this. You know, would it work better if I used a bowl? Maybe. But we'll see. It doesn't taste too good though. I'll tell you that. I was rinsing out and got a little bit in my mouth. Won't recommend. Like I said, scent's very weak, but it's pleasant. It's not a bad scent. It's not something that I would steer away from because of the scent. So, all right. I mean, any other cream that I have, this is like more than enough. So let's go with this. At this point, I've used, I don't know, about a third of what's in here, plus what was in the cap, which was quite a bit. I'm just wiping my fingers on this, getting off any excess. You can see it, tips have kind of turned a little white. All right. Trial and error. It's possible that that cream just doesn't work well with a lot of upfront water. That's fine. This is a very, very dry brush now, like very dry. Okay, it's so dry that there's like almost no water. So I'm gonna add a little bit to the tips, just to the tips. All right, let's try. I think we're a little better. I'm still hearing a lot of sloshing, which is indicative of a lot of foam. I don't really want to add too much water right now, although I know it needs it, because the brush is kind of dragging on my face. All right, so that's quite a bit better. Still not, I still wouldn't say it's great. I wouldn't even say it's very good. It's just okay. but it's much better than we had previously. This may be just a very, very airy lather, which again, for me, typically does not work well, but we'll go with it and see. So that's what we're going with. I can already kind of see it dissipating. We'll go with our first pass. We'll see what we feel, and then subsequent passes may change the soap we use. So, all right. We're 10 minutes in and I haven't even put the razor to my face yet. I'm sorry. All right. Rockwell 2C6 base plate. Oh yeah. Apparently I had a bump there, or the razor's not gliding very well. You can see it's dissipating. Has anybody else tried this cream? Does it work well for you, or? The Rockwell is probably my favorite DE razor. This number 6 base plate's very efficient. Quite a bit more blade feel than the 3. And as you could see, it just ate through the growth that I had, no problem. All right, I'm gonna rinse this off. Apparently I nicked myself twice on my chin. There and there. That was an actual bump. I think you could see the bump when I wiped the blood away. But this was an actual nick, I think. So it is what it is. You could see it's like it's just airy. I think that's what it is. It kind of reminds me. Actually, it's identical in my opinion to the Duff batch of Mitchell's wool fat that I have, where it's very slick. No issue with the slickness. I can get a shave with it. You know, is it my preferred shave? No. But I can get a shave with it. It's just airy. It dissipates. And the scent, I actually like Mitchell's wool fat scent a bit more than this. But the scent's like weak and, you know, doesn't really... I may try to mix this with something, but using this by itself again, just because of the performance, probably won't happen. All right. It's just too light, too airy. That, you know, I mean, you saw it. It took 10 minutes to put the razor to my face due to that. Wow, this razor is completely dominating this hair on my face. And it feels good too. I mean, it's like, it feels like somewhat of a massage. I don't know if that's, I mean, that might sound weird because it's a DE razor, but it just feels, it's not tugging my skin. And that probably has to do with the blade too, you know. The blade's very good as well in this. I think this is a very good pairing. I'm cutting myself everywhere, apparently. I don't blame the razor. I honestly blame the soap. What I can tell you is that this is not indicative of all of Duke Canon's products. Because like I said, the aftershave balm, superb. And that bar soap, big soap on a rope, that's also a very, very nice soap. So apparently they just are kind of failures on the DE shaving soaps. Now this is their, what is it called? They're not superior grade shaving, oh I'm sorry, superior grade shaving cream. It says superior grade shaving cream. Yeah, not so much, not so much. But, you know, we're gonna add a little bit of water to this because I feel like it's getting way too dry, and that's probably why I sliced my face up there. But look, even a little bit of water on the tips. Look at the freaking bubbles. Yeah, we'll just do some quick touch-ups here. We're already 17 minutes in on a DE shave. Yeah, now adding just a little bit of water killed the lather. And we just have a foamy mess. That's really what this is. You see the big bubbles, just, It is what it is, you know? It's good to try things. And I appreciate Lumophile sending this to me. To try, to have the ability to try. Just not for me. All right, let's finish this puppy up. It's been a little warmer here. Hope where you are, it's, look at the dissipation we have going on here. I hope where you are, it's nice and warm. Look at all these Japanese flags, holy cow. And you may say, oh, well, you know, you're using a very aggressive razor. Look, the Ming Shi adjustable razor is a lot more aggressive than this. And I've never cut myself with that using a quality soap. So that's not the issue here. The issue is also not the blade in this case, because I've put in my Rockwell on the third base plate, I put some just bad blades. And I've had terrible experiences even with good soaps. If you remember, rewind to maybe like 5 to 7 minutes of this video, in the first 5 to 7 minutes, and I'm saying when I'm trying to build the lather on my face that it is airy. And that for me, typically airy soaps do not work well. So, I mean, I said that, you know, less than 15 minutes ago on this video. And it, you know, it shows. I know my face. I know, you know, what typically works and what typically doesn't. And I knew that this would not be a great shave, but I wanted to try the soap. So, it is what it is. All right, I am going to get the styptic out because I'm like rubbing cold water on my face right now, trying to get it to stop, but I don't think it's going to. So we'll take out the styptic pencil. And that's why we have it, you know, because sometimes we have an off day shaving, right? Sometimes we just have products that aren't where they need to be, right? And that's just one of these days, and it's no big deal. These are mostly, except for maybe this one, mostly all of these are little weepers. So, you know, within the next 30 minutes to an hour. I'm not going to see or feel these. I mean, this styptic's pounding them right now, but other than that. Woo. All right. Please stop bleeding. My little styptic can't keep up. It's like too much blood. Too much blood. All right. I think pretty much everything has stopped except for there. Actually, down here, it's not really giving up, is it? I mean, just looking at my face, it looks, as far as smooth goes, it looks very smooth. I think that's a good pairing with the Perma-Sharps and the DE. I think that's a very nice pairing. I'm gonna rinse this off because I want to go with a balm. All right. Yeah, got a little bit of styptic on the sides of my lips there and licked it. And, all right, so we're going with the Duke Cannon Balm. Shake her up. I'll be looking forward to this nice coolness. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Oh yeah, that balm is so nice. And it's smooth. I mean, I'm very, very smooth against the growth pretty much everywhere. So just, you know, recommend the Rockwell 6 base plate. I recommend the Perma-Sharp razors, these. I absolutely recommend Duke Cannon's aftershave balms. Duke Cannon's soaps, on the other hand, not superior grade. Yeah, can't recommend those. Thanks for watching. See you next video.